Something fell. Nothing important. Okay. Hi. So today I was going to do a video about what's wrong with my reenactment kit, like what's inaccurate about it. And I am going to do that video, but I want to do that video next week instead because it's been a really busy week for various reasons and I've had a lot to sort out and I just haven't had time to prep that video. So next week, as a little advert, I'm going to be doing a video about some things that are inaccurate with my reenactment kit. But instead of doing that today, I've decided that I'm going to talk about why I reenact. There are lots of reasons to get into reenactment or living history, and today I want to talk about why I personally got into it, why other people get into it, and the difference between being a reenactor and a living historian. So let's jump in. So I started reenactment in 2008, in October 2008, in the first year of my undergrad degree at the University of Liverpool, here in the UK, and I started, like so many people, by going to the University Reenactment Society. It was the idea of a friend of mine to go along and see what it was all about, and this Reenactment Society was actually the Sealed Knot, and the Sealed Knot, if you don't know, is a British-based Civil War reenactment group. So it reenacts the civil wars that took place here in Britain in the 1640s, in England and Wales, in Scotland, and over in Ireland as well, for a bewildering number of religious reasons which I can go into in a video at some point if that would interest anybody. I'd be more than happy to do a video on the civil wars. Anyway, effectively I spent a couple of years reenacting with the Sealed Knot, and then I started drifting away from the Sealed Knot's ethos and moved to a new early medieval group, not new group, new for me, at the invitation of one of my friends from my uni course, hi John, called Regia Anglorum, that I'm still a part of, and they reenact the Viking Age. Here's me. And the reason I started reenactment isn't the same reason that I'm still in reenactment. The reason I started reenactment was I remember thinking it looked really cool and it looked really fun. And it was, like it is. You get to go out, you go camping, you drink in tents with friends, you go basically on holiday every weekend in the summer with a bunch of cool people, you shoot guns, you hit each other, you drink beer in a tent, in silly clothes. What could be better? Nothing. But then, as I developed as a researcher through university, I realised that I really, really enjoyed finding stuff out about the past and then trying to make that stuff. I find it really exciting that you can look through a dig report, or you can look through finds, or you can look through records and books and manuscripts, find something and then make that thing as it would have been 1,000 years ago or more. I just think that's really, really cool. You can make yourself look like someone from the past. And that's why so many people here do it, right? That's why half the people you follow on YouTube who do costume videos do it. It's so that they can make clothes from the past, and that's awesome. So my interest in reenactment, I guess, went from what some people call beer and bash, what some people call the combat wombats, who are the people involved in reenactment who, yeah, they like getting dressed up in the clothes, but they're more interested in like the historical weapons and how people used to fight each other, trying to hit each other and shoot each other in historically accurate ways. And doing that because basically no reenactment group on the planet does 100% authentic combat reenactment because we don't kill each other. Anyway, I went from that to being what some people really unfairly call an authenticity Nazi, which is not cool, really, because the whole point of being a living historian or a historical reenactor is you're trying to recreate history. And if you're not recreating history, you are making history up. So being interested in the accuracy and the authenticity has to be important. A lot of the societies that started in the 70s, like the SCA and the Sealed Knot and Regia Anglorum and various other reenactment groups all over the world, were started as a fun, escapist hobby. And that is still what they are. That's still what it is to me. I get to escape from my daily life, which is PhD work and hustling for acting jobs and pitching ideas for articles and looking after stuff and doing things around the house and driving motor cars and being involved in modern life and paying taxes. And I get to just sit in a tent or in a forest or in a castle in a tunic without a mobile phone, without a laptop, and just chill. So the reasons now I do reenactment have developed even further. Now that I'm doing a PhD and now that I've started this channel, now the reason I'm doing reenactment is mostly to teach people. I'm really interested in bringing all of this knowledge that we've got as reenactors, tens and tens of thousands of reenactors across the world, have this knowledge available. That's why I put reading lists and I put sources and I put links in the description of these videos, because there's all of this stuff out there and I want you guys to have some of that. So that's like a big part of why I reenact now, is so that I can actually teach you guys about the past as best I can. And I'm not saying that I'm a world expert. I'm not a world expert on anything. Genuinely nothing. But I know lots of people who are, and I know lots of people who have websites that you can access. So while I'm in lockdown, that is the closest I can get to teaching people through reenactment. And the way that we normally do that is by standing in front of you with a recreated artifact. These are reproductions of the Jorvik sock. It's a gnarlbind sock that's basically Viking crochet, if you like, made by a friend of mine. Thanks, Jen, they're amazing. And these are the kinds of things that it's just a pair of socks right now, but if I'm wearing them with the rest of my kit in a field that you've come to see, and it's a warm sunny day and there's a battle happening and there's people making stuff and dyeing things and cooking food, it becomes a huge learning experience. It's basically like a museum coming to life in front of your eyes. That's how I see reenactment. I see reenactment and living history as a museum that you can talk to, which I think is incredible as a learning resource. I think it's so important that we've got that. And it's an amazing hobby to boot. So thousands and thousands of people get to come and enjoy a reenactment exhibit, whilst the people who are putting the exhibit on are having a great time with their mates, having a weekend away. It's a win-win situation. And also, we get to hit each other and drink beer in a tent and sit around a campfire at the end of the day with our friends and go on a mini holiday every weekend in the summer. It's an epic balance, and I love it. So I'm sure there are people watching this who do reenactment for other reasons. Like, I know a lot of people involved in, say, the SCA are not in it for public education, because the SCA events tend to be private, members-only events, or members and invitees. And that's totally cool if you're just there to play. The SCA call it playing. SCA members play with each other. They play at being medieval people, or pre-1600 people, I think. 1600 or 1700. A Scadian needs to put that in a comment. But Scadians do it for fun, and the joy of sharing this with their friends, which I think is amazing in itself. And it's part of what I do it for, but it's not all of what I do it for. So yeah, if any of you guys have a different reason why you're into reenactment that's not the combat or just sharing it with friends or educating the public or yourself, then share it in the comments, because I'd really like to know why you guys are interested in reenactment or involved in reenactment. And I'd also like to know why you guys maybe feel reenactment isn't accessible, because a lot of people have told me that they don't feel that reenactment is accessible. And part of CocoVid that the CosTube community is going to be doing is going to be a video from me on how to get started in reenactment. So if you've got any questions that I can answer in that video, it's going to be up on, I think, August the 1st or August the 2nd. It's going to be a premiere video, so you'll be able to ask me questions live in a chat feed. Please do put them in the comments to this video, because I need some questions to answer for that, and I'd love it if I can answer them personally for you specifically. So if you don't know how to start in reenactment, or you feel reenactment is a little bit intimidating, then I am here to help you. And that's basically all I think I wanted to say, really. I know this is just a really short chat video in the back room, which we haven't videoed in for a while. We haven't recorded in here. It's been a mess. It's still a mess. I'm not showing you what's underneath here. You do not want to see what my feet are in. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this was enjoyable for you guys. I've had a load of new followers recently, so thank you all so much for following the channel. I've had some amazing people commenting and chatting away in the comments section, and I'm really enjoying actually getting involved with your comments, so please do keep that up. I hadn't realised how quickly you set up a little community on YouTube. So thank you to all the people who have followed and subscribed and been sharing videos on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Please do carry on because it's awesome. And if you were watching this for the first time, please do like and subscribe. It's really lovely to see the numbers going up, and eventually it would be lovely if we could have like an actual community tab on the channel so that we can all chat together about history and reenactment and all that kind of junk. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to start conversations in the comments section, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Oh, I love my socks. Oh, I love my socks. I put them on my hands, and then they become gloves. Oh, I like my gloves. I really love my gloves. I put them on my head, and then they become ears. Oh, I like my ears. Oh, I like my ears. Except when they fall off, which happens every time. Oh.